Once upon a time, in the delightfully silly town of Scoopsalot, where every day felt like a festival and laughter echoed through the candy-colored streets, there floated a very funny cloud, unlike any other cloud you've ever seen. This cloud wasn't just regular or boring, it looked exactly like a giant creamy scoop of vanilla ice cream, perched high above the rooftops. It drifted lazily over the candy cane houses and the beep-beep yum-yum cars that zoomed along the twisty licorice roads, making everyone smile. When the sun shone just right, the clouds sparkled and glowed, looking even more delicious, like a magical dessert floating in the sky, tempting everyone below. Scoopsalot was a town full of surprises, where every corner hid a new delight and every day brought a new adventure. The people who lived there adored silly things, funny hats, wobbly bicycles, and especially anything that made them giggle. Today, the cloud had planned its silliest surprise yet. Every morning, the townspeople would gather in the square, stretch their arms, and greet the sky with big, hopeful smiles, wondering what wonders the day would bring. But today was different. As they looked up, their eyes grew wide and they pointed with excitement and amazement. "Look!" shouted Lily, a little girl with pigtails and a giggle that could make anyone smile. "That cloud looks just like ice cream. I wish I could have a taste." Waffles the dog, who loved chasing shadows and sniffing out treats, barked in agreement, his tail wagging like a metronome. The cloud, feeling all the attention, gave a little giggle of its own, its fluffy edges wiggling with delight, knowing it was the star of the day. You see, this was no ordinary cloud. It was made of magic and sweetness, spun from dreams and laughter, not just water vapor and air. It had traveled all around the world, floating over mountains, oceans, and cities, searching for the perfect place to bring a little extra joy. When it finally saw Scoopsalot with its cheerful people and playful spirit, the cloud knew it had found its true home. It wiggled and jiggled in the sky, getting ready for the big moment it had been dreaming of. The whole town was about to get a whole lot funnier, and nobody, not even the cloud, could wait to see what would happen next. Suddenly, the ice cream cloud did something strange. It shivered, shook, and wiggled like a happy puppy. The townspeople stared, wondering what was happening. And then, it happened. Sprinkles started to fall. Not rain or snow, but colorful, sugary sprinkles. They landed everywhere, turning the town into a sprinkle wonderland. "It's raining sprinkles!" everyone shouted. The people laughed and cheered, catching sprinkles on their tongues. Lily spun around, her hair decorated with sprinkles. Waffles chased the falling colors, crunching them happily. Mr. Putter's hat was covered in sweetness. This was the best weather Scoopsalot had ever had. The ice cream cloud puffed up proudly. Its job was to bring joy, and it succeeded. More sprinkles tumbled down, blanketing the town in sugary delight. Let me introduce the Sprinkle Squad, who loved the sprinkle shower the most. Lily, the leader, was always ready for an adventure. Tom, the thinker, calculated the sprinkle fall. Bartholomew, the grumpy-looking pigeon, secretly loved sprinkles. Waffles, the dog, was the official taste tester. When the sprinkles started to fall, the Sprinkle Squad sprang into action.
"Okay, team," Lily shouted, pulling a bowl from her backpack. "Operation Catch the Sprinkles is a go!"
Tom calculated they needed a bigger bowl. Bartholomew nudged Sprinkles toward Lily's bowl. They worked together, a perfect team. Lily held the bowl steady. Tom directed everyone to the thickest sprinkle spots. Waffles provided moral support and taste testing. Bartholomew acted as the lookout. They were having the time of their lives. The bowl filled with a mountain of rainbow colors. This was the best day ever. The ice cream cloud got carried away, showering too many sprinkles. The sprinkles piled up quickly, covering shoes, knees, and waists.
"I can't move." Lily was stuck in a drift of sprinkles. Waffles paddled through the sea of sugar. Bartholomew flew to a lamppost to stay out of the way.
The town had a sweet, sticky problem. Mr. Putter was stuck in pink sprinkles. The beep-beep yum-yum cars were stuck too. The ice cream cloud drooped, realizing it caused trouble. It was a lesson in moderation. A little bit of a good thing is wonderful, but too much can be overwhelming. The people needed to figure out what to do before they were completely buried. Stuck in a sprinkle pile, Lily had a brilliant idea. She looked around at the mountain of colorful sprinkles, her mind racing with possibilities. The problem seemed impossible, but Lily was never one to give up easily. She knew that sometimes the best solutions come from the most unexpected places.
We can't let all these sprinkles go to waste. Let's eat them. If we all work together, maybe we can munch our way out. Imagine an adventure where the only rule is to eat as many sprinkles as you can.
A cheer went up. Eating their way out sounded perfect. The kids' eyes sparkled with excitement, and suddenly, the sprinkle pile didn't seem so scary. It was a challenge, but also a treat.
We need something big and plain to put the sprinkles on. Sprinkles are best on something soft and tasty. What could be big enough for all of us?
The Great Town Loaf from the bakery. It was famous in town, and everyone knew it was the biggest, fluffiest bread around. The Great Town Loaf was a legend, baked daily by Mrs. Crumb. People would line up just to get a slice, and today it could save the day. It was as big as a car, perfect for their plan. With a loaf that size, there would be plenty of room for all the sprinkles. And all the kids.
But how will we get it here? We're all stuck. We can't move an inch, let alone carry a giant loaf.
Bartholomew puffed out his chest, ready to help. He was always the first to volunteer, especially when adventure called.
Leave it to me. I'll get the loaf no matter what.
Bartholomew flew to the bakery, a hero on a mission. He zipped through the streets, cape fluttering, determined to save his friends. The plan was simple but brilliant. Everyone had a part to play, and together they could turn a sticky mess into a sweet success. The problem wasn't too many sprinkles, it was not enough stuff to put them on. Sprinkles need a home, and the loaf was just right. By finding the Great Town Loaf, they turned their sticky situation into a delicious opportunity. What started as a disaster was now a reason to celebrate. It was a plan that required everyone to work together. With teamwork, creativity, and a little bit of courage, even the biggest sprinkle pile could be conquered. Bartholomew arrived at the bakery and cooed urgently.
The Great Town Loaf? You need it now?
Bartholomew nodded. Soon the loaf was rolling down the street. It flattened a path through the sprinkle piles.
Hooray for the loaf!
Teamwork was already working. People scooped sprinkles onto the bread. It was like decorating a giant piece of fairy bread.
Everyone had a job. Tall people tossed sprinkles on top, small people decorated the bottom.
This was a perfect example of sharing and teamwork. They shared the work, the sprinkles, and soon, the delicious reward. Buckets of sprinkles were passed down the line. They weren't just cleaning up a mess, they were creating a masterpiece.
The town was working like a well-oiled, sprinkle-covered machine.
Even the ice cream cloud perked up, helping with a giant chocolate chip. With the town finally clear and the great sprinkle loaf baked to perfection, the air was filled with excitement. The townspeople could hardly wait. After all their hard work, it was finally party time.
Great Sprinkle Day, the best day ever.
Everyone gathered around the enormous loaf, eager to get a taste. Laughter and chatter filled the square as people reached for their favorite slice, some with extra sprinkles, others with a golden, crunchy crust. It was the most delicious thing they had ever tasted, soft, sweet, and full of memories from the day.
Woof, woof, yum. Even the pets joined in the celebration.
Waffles, the town's happiest dog, got his own slice and devoured it in seconds, tail wagging with pure joy. Bartholomew the bird pecked at a corner piece, chirping with delight as Sprinkles dusted his beak.
We did it! We really did it together!
Teamwork is statistically very effective and also very fun.
As the party continued, everyone looked up at the sky. The ice cream cloud, once enormous and threatening, was now a happy, puffy size. It wobbled and shimmered, as if to say thank you for the help and the laughter. The town had faced a sprinkle situation, but together, they emerged not just with a cleaner town, but with stronger friendships and bigger smiles. The lesson was clear. When everyone shares the work and the fun, even the stickiest problems can be solved. By turning a mess into a party, they discovered that joy grows when it's shared.
From that day on, everyone in town was ready for any sprinkle shower, umbrellas, smiles, and all.
They knew that with friends by your side, a good plan, and a loaf of bread, no problem was too big or too sticky to handle. And so, the town lived sweetly and crunchily ever after, always ready for the next adventure. The end. Or is it? In Sprinkletown, you never know what's coming next.
Woof, woof, yum, and that's a promise from Waffles.